2020, it could be the toughest year for every human mankind that lives right now. But there's nothing to stop about democracy, right? Especially in the tough years like 2020, you have the biggest event in this year's, which is the elections. And speaking about the elections, the US election is unlike any others, I guess. Because I live in the country where my election, if you compare it to like their election in America, it's pretty different. And the differences are really, really big, you know? And America is one of the countries that glorified the democracy, right? If you go to the comment sections or of the video where there's like Belarusian things or like any other countries basically, oh, you should need the democracy as its finest. You need democracy because democracy is the best, but how the America runs and works its democracy at its own country, especially in this year 2020, you have the presidential elections, you have the Congress elections. Let me explain. Now I'm going to talk about the presidential elections because it was the most crucial thing and the most crucial positions in not just in America but also in the world of politics because, well, it's the president of the United States, the president of the superpower country. And the United States has a pretty massive role in the international diplomacy. So this is the biggest stage on the politics. It's like the Oscars. It's like the Emmys, or like, yeah, it's like Oscars of politics. It's the biggest stage for any politicians in the world. Not I mean America, but the attentions are going across the world to see how it would be for America to decide their next leaders. So in this year, we have two pretty strong candidates from the Independent Republican Party, Donald Trump, and its VP, Mike Pence. In the Democrat side, we have Joe Biden, the former Vice President of the United States, and also the VP candidate, the Senator Kamala Harris. That was the strongest candidate. Two strongest candidates battle each other in this year's elections. But how does it work in the United States? So in the United States itself, they have a system called Electoral College, which means it seems weird. I mean, when I first heard of that thing, it seems weird for me because it seems like you elected the people that runs into the presidency, but it's not directly elected to the person. I was like, how? Goes digging into the politics systems and all of a sudden yada yada yada. I noticed that the presidential thing or the presidential election in America every 4 years, and also the Congress elections every 2 years. It works like the checks and balance, between the presidents and the legislative. They have a checks and balance powers. Oh, that was a good thing, I guess. You have the presidency that really has the check and balance to stimulate every single decisions that each other took. It's a good thing. But it seems so weird because America using the system that in my country, we're not using, you know. It's called Electoral College. And Electoral College is basically the number of amounts of votes in every single states that can eligibly count it in the election. So the Electoral College numbers is basically in the same amount as the seats in the Congress. In this year's, they have 538 seats in the Congress, both House of Representatives and the Senate. Which means the Electoral College for the presidency is 538 votes. It is also means that you need the 270 votes for the presidency to secure the win. And each state has their own numbers of votes or numbers of seats regarding to the census. For examples, like in California, which is the entertainment capital of the world, you know, you name it, like the Hollywood studios, the music labels, all of a sudden it's all in California. And it has a 55 seats for the Congress and 55 votes for the presidency. Whereas the Bernie Sanders home, Vermont, just has 3 seats in the Congress or 3 votes in the presidency, which makes it the smallest comparing to other states. So yeah, that was basically a thing, you know. And the system like this, sometimes it makes people depressed. Because I remember in 2016, they have candidates like the current president, Donald Trump, and from Democrats, it's the Secretary of State, Hillary Clinton. They're both fighting for the White House. And the result is crazy. Hillary Clinton wants over 3 million ahead from the Donald Trump. But if you take a look at the electoral vote, Hillary losing the votes like a lot. Like, how can Donald Trump get the more than 300 votes? It's like a lot, man. It's like she lost the game like a lot. I just like, damn. But in the same time, I was wonder why America has this system like this. Because America doesn't give a fuck about popular vote. And second of all, it's also stated at the Constitution, you know, we the people, the founding father of the America already stated that we're gonna make the system of electoral college to make sure that even the small states still has the voice, still has the really big votes for this country. But in reality, as of these days, many candidates just focusing on several states, you know, to make sure that they can win. And some of that states is not a small state. But there's a term, it's called the battleground states, where you have, you know, you can conquer that states to become yours. And I really missed something about winner take all, because that was the important thing in the election. Winner take all systems. For examples, like I give you the California. Let's say Joe Biden wins in the California, like a 55%, whereas Donald Trump just get the 43%, I guess. Let's say. It means that Joe Biden wins in the California and takes all of the 55 votes for him, basically the system like that. You know? Whereas Donald Trump, zero votes in California. That's the winner-take-all system in the Electoral College. So, yeah, America. Is it the way you run your democracy? I just asking. I mean, like, okay, you're a democracy country. You're the country with the liberty, justice, and democracy. But is this the way you runs the democracy? If you take a look at the like other countries, you know, like India, they have the systems like good old British systems, the parliamentary shits are going on. Or the world's third largest democracy, Indonesia, they have a presidential election that really cares about popular vote. That's why Indonesia, it has something advantage, I guess, because we have the popular vote instead of the electoral college shit like that, you know, because we really care. And also, by the way, the swing states, so many swing states, that is also something that all these parties pay attention. You know, the Democrats and the Republicans has their own conquered states to make sure they win, but there's some kind of, you know, like the states that didn't go to any other parties, you know, didn't go to Democrats, didn't go to Republicans, they just swing, basically. So many accidents that happens, maybe like in 2000s, you know, Florida is basically a swing, you know. And by the way, the mail-in voting this year is because of the disease that happens in this world. They have a plan to make the mail-in voting, but the president of the United States disagree with that idea, is because for him, it's a form of cheating. For me, the best ideas for the elections is, this is the ballot paper. You send it with the FedEx, and the FedEx will deliver to your house and the whole entire households. And then the residents will vote based on their choice, and then send it to the local authorities, and then the local authorities send it to the elections board, and then the election board gave to the national board for the elections that controls and regulates all this stuff, and started counting nationally. You know. I don't know that much about the system, but like at least I know some. You know, because I'm digging into the US politics, by the way. So yeah, I know some. Not much, but some. But still, I mean, like America, why you need the electoral college? I just asking that. It's just why? You know. But the swing state is also important because it also can be the key point of the presidency. Who will take the crown? I mean, the president positions for the next 4 years. Like what happens in the 2000s when George Bush battled up against the former VP Al Gore in elections. So it'll be another Bush versus Gore in 2020, after 20 years since the battle began. Yeah, it will be interesting, I guess, to see this year. And one final thing, the debates. Yes, I watched the 2020 presidential debate, the first ever presidential debate between Joe Biden and Donald Trump, and it has been moderated by Chris Wallace from the Fox News. And it went chaos, like a full chaotic scenes.
Wants to do. Take it away.
No, I want to give
Number
them better
three.
health care at a much lower price because
and by the way, he
Obamacare
doesn't
is
know
no
how.
good.
He doesn't know how
I've
to do
already
that.
fixed it.
He has never
I've
offered
already
a plan.
fixed it to an extent.
He has never done a
as you
single
might
thing.
know, but probably don't. Obamacare
Gentlemen, you
is
realize
no
if you're
good,
both
Joe.
speaking at the
It's no
same
good,
time,
and it's too expensive.
let the president. Go ahead, sir.
Obamacare.
I'm not going to answer the question
Why would
because
you answer that
because
question?
the question
you want to put a lot
is
of
the
new
question
Supreme Court
is
justice,
the
radical
question,
left.
Will you shut up, man?
Listen, who is on your list, Joe?
This
Who's
is
on your
so
list?
right.
Gentlemen, I think
This
we've
is
ended
so
this.
He's going to pack the
unprecedented.
court.
We have
and
end-
he's
no,
not
no.
going to give a list.
If I can imagine the debates, it would be like the Asian households. Let's say there's a three men, right? This is me, the young man, and there's a two old men debate on one issue. And they debate loudly, very, very loudly, like rah, 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 rah. And then I, as a young guy in the middle of that conversations and the chaos, I was like, guys, okay, sir, okay, I understand, okay. And it feels like I'm gonna get my ass out of here. I'm tired, guys. It's enough. It's enough for me. That's how it feels when I watch the debate. I feel like, oh, I'm the Chris Wallace of the Asian household, you know? Because, yeah, if you can see Chris Wallace, it seems like he can't even handle these two guys. It's like, okay, sir, okay. I'm gonna let Mr. President speak. I'm gonna let the Mr. Biden speak. Okay, cool. You know, it's a win chaos, guys. It also described as the worst debate in the history of the United States. Wow. But for the next debate, I don't know, because the president just confirmed that he has tested and confirmed positive of the disease. But the VP debate is not yet happens, right? So it's gonna be interesting to see Mike Pence battle up, debate against the Senator Kamala Harris. Yeah, I hope the VP is not that chaos. I hope. November 3rd, wishing all the best for American people. Remember, one nation under God, liberty and justice for all. That's the point. So, if you want to vote for someone between these two, if you want to vote for one of these two, it's okay, it's a democracy. And again, it's back to you, Americans. You decide what's the best for your country. Yeah. But electoral college, it still sucks. By the way, I'm just jeez.